Jeff Bezos, the chief executive of Amazon, is also the world's richest man and is now getting divorced. He and his wife, MacKenzie, made the announcement in a shared tweet. They say they'll continue their shared lives of friends. They've been married for 25 years, well before Bezos was even a millionaire. He's currently worth north of $130 billion. Zac Potter is a divorce attorney who has handled several billion-dollar divorces. He is in West Palm Beach, Florida, joins me now. Zac, obviously here, as your notes that you to me make clear, money is not the issue. There is more than enough to go around, and as you point out, $1 billion or so either way is not going to make any difference to anyone's standard of life. So what will be the issue here?
Yeah, that's correct. And thank you for having me, Richard. In cases like this, there are a couple of issues that are of primary concern to the family. The first, obviously, is reputational. And what I suspect from this tweet is that this case has already been resolved by the parties' attorneys. Typically, with a high-profile family like this and with a publicly traded company, you would only announce something like this to the public once the deal is already done. So for the two of them, the issues, they're likely resolved. Right. And with respect to the money, the primary concern is likely what they're going to do with their estate after their death, their charitable contributions, and how their children are going to be taken care of. But between the two of them, they're unlikely to have a fight over billions of dollars here or there.
So the tweet this morning talks about, after a long period of loving exploration and trial separation, we have decided to divorce and share our shared lives as friends. So it sounds as if the China's not being thrown about, but it does beg the question, how realistic is it when couples do divorce where serious amounts of money unparalleled amounts of money are involved, but they continue to try and have this idea of a shared life?
It's very realistic, and candidly, when there's this much money involved, a lot of the complications that lead to conflict between the parties become a whole lot easier. And, you know, it makes little sense under ordinary circumstances, but they have private jets, yachts, whatever it takes, help. And so the disputes that can often drive families in ordinary circumstances just don't apply in a case like this.
The law, I believe, in Washington State is for you split the assets that were accrued during the period of the marriage. In that case, it is, well, in that case, it is half and half. But most of the assets here, say 130-odd billion, are in Amazon stock. Now, all of a sudden, Amazon shareholders, or Amazon company, has a very large shareholder, single shareholder, besides Jeff Bezos. Does this make a difference in a public company?
Well, it can make a difference, and you know, we saw this in the Steve Wynn divorce. But in this particular circumstance, we have no idea what the marital settlement agreement says with respect to how those assets are going to be divided and how they're going to be controlled over time. In a situation like this, there's almost an infinite number of ways that the deal can be structured in terms of control of the assets. And so it's only likely that we'll know more information about this in the event that the company needs to make a public announcement or in the event of conflict.
Good to see you, Zac. Thank you very much for giving us some understanding. I appreciate it. Thank you.